Allah, 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 Allah.
It's not that being God, He was not caring for you before. You see, you start to think, where is God in the first stage? He was there or not? He was. So He's constantly there. He say that He's with you anywhere you go. So He was with us in the animal self, the complaining self, the inspired self. God is always there. But we don't, sort of like He's there, but we don't feel Him. So here now you start to become conscious of God. And this is where the Holy Prophet said that to worship God like you see Him. If you cannot not be able to see Him, then you must know that He sees you. So this is where journeying under the care of Allah. And this is where people, they say, inshallah I'll be alright, and God willing will be okay. So God has become part and parcels of their life, and they feel happy is actually they are under the care of God. And this is a very, very high state of spiritual maqam, so to speak. And then between this what they call, they have ahwal. Ahwal, conditions, spiritual conditions. Things start to happen to your life. But this is, we could say, the main stations. The main station we're talking about. States of. But there is ahwal, which is conditions, that spiritual conditions happen to the person, and he could get himself, of course, trapped in any one of them. Then the fourth state, this is just we go in what's on the charts and the journeying with Allah. Now you could feel the presence of God in your life. And the sign of this, it is really very simple, that you don't complain too much. You start to feel, some people it is a habit, it's a part of their nature. They feel that connection with God. It does not that mean you start to see stars or see this or see that, no. But it's something inside you that actually have awakened. And you know you're not distance, you are close. And here the word, her word is the realities. And the Sufi is called the universal man. The reason for called the universal man, because being the final prophet and messengers of God, is also being the first of the beginning of the cycle. Someone explained it in such way that when you are backing things up in your suitcase, the first thing you put in will be the last thing you bring out. Very simple. So when one of the companion of the Holy Prophet, he asked him, what's the first thing that God created? He said, the light, the luminous light of your Prophet. So for this, the Sufi, when they connect and contemplate on the realities of the Holy Prophet, and this shows through just following basic practices, studying his saying, his life, what he looked like, what he did, and how he dealt with people. Because he said, what I said in the beginning, he said, what I said is a law, is a manner of how to govern your life. And what I do is a way, is a method to travel. As for my inner state, is a state of realities. So this is the three states of the self. Really, when you reach this, the fourth state, we are talking about great saints of God. people who are really have connected themselves in a very serious way. You cannot look at this chart and say, oh yes, this here is a perfect self, I'm maybe there or this. One is just the fact that if we are sitting here and we are talking about Allah, talking about the Prophet, talking about illuminations of the heart, knowing what's going on inside ourselves, what the self is. There is the heart, there is the spirit, there is a secret, there is the secret of our secret. The secret of our secret, this is where is the communication with God takes place. This is when you are really on direct communications. The other, before that, you have what they call inspirations. But that has become yours. You cannot speak it to others. It is your communication system. If someone is telling me, what's going on? So I don't know. I can't. There is no word to describe because the words will be short or will not do justice to what you're trying to say. So you find the highest state of illuminations is not really euphoric state that person will be of happy, smiling. It's actually a great of sadness. And if you read the mystics and the people of God, and you read the Sufi, say Sufi books, we have Rumis and Jamis and many Ibn Arabi, all these great masters. You read their poetry, it's hard to break it. Because of what? Of the separations from God. What means separations from God? They have reached, they connected themselves, but being a human, you have to return back again. So you have what they call annihilations in God. That means you totally get obliterated. You're gone. Then you return back. Through the grace of God, you return back as a normal human being. And how to live? You live by the first, the law. So you follow the spiritual method, which is like every other human being. But your connection with the source, it is there. So you have annihilations in God and then abiding. And this is through the grace of the merciful. It is only accessible within this method of teaching in the realm of this earth, of humanity. So tasawwuf, if you say what is tasawwuf, it is the absolute realities of the divine teaching was given to humanity from the beginning of creations, how to illuminate themselves and how to understand the truth. So what is the next stage? The next stage is called Hira, bewilderment. Because God is not like this or that, so He's somewhere. Where is God? He's over there. What about down there? So God is everywhere. It's not a pantheism. We talk about God, Allah. So this is a very a serious kind of understanding, to understand how the Holy Prophet, for example, when he said this, he said that if you take a bucket to the road and release it down to the earth, to the bottom of the earth, he said it will land in the hands of God. So if you go up in the sky, you will also go to. So wherever Allah, He said in the Holy Quran, Rabbul Mashariqi wal Magharib, the Lord of the easts and the wests. So the two realms connected together. And God, He's not in the past or future, He's here and now. And this is why you try to development of this great teaching is to try to control the mind activities from a jumping, head of itself to the future, or worry too much about the past. So you try to bring these two parts together and make them as one.